If you have not finished your meal, please enjoy your meal as we continue with our program. We are approaching the primary purpose and focus of our program tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my privilege, my pleasure to present to you Mr. Kemar Hunter, class of 2011, and the president of the Voorhees College Student Government Association. Kemar will speak with us this evening on the importance of student scholarship at Voorhees College. Immediately following his address, we will hear from Chantel Williams, class of 2010, and Miss Voorhees College 2009-2010. She will respond with a recent graduate testimonial.
To our president, Dr. Clevell Sellers Jr., First Lady Gwendolyn Sellers, members of the Board of Trustees, Dr. Donald L. Fowler, Chairman of the Voorhees College Board of Trustees, members of the President's Cabinet, the Honorable William Dudley Gregory, Councilman, District 6, Charleston, South Carolina, the Very Reverend Mark Lawrence, Bishop Diocese of South Carolina, sponsors, administrators, faculty and staff, fellow colleagues, good evening. Where do I start in order to accurately and descriptively express my feelings about my experience at my soon-to-be alma mater, Voorhees College? Emotions flood my heart as I reminisce on my life at Voorhees College. Voorhees College is a force to be reckoned with. Voorhees College is warm, it loves. It's a battlefield, but most of all, it's where I call my home away from home. No one word can effectively describe my feelings about Voorhees College. However, I will proceed to try and paint the picture for you. I remember it like yesterday, getting my acceptance letter to Voorhees College. I remember my sister saying, "Kemar, there's a package for you." And I could tell that it was from a college because I had just recently applied to some schools in the United States. Voorhees College was the last school that I applied to, and the only school that sent me a complete packet with all the documents that I would need to acquire my visa, as opposed to Grambling State University, who required additional back and forth faxing of documents. Immediately, I proceeded to call Mr. Willie Jefferson about my I-20 form and the Office of Admissions to ensure that my package was legit. After finding out that it was, and informing my family of my acceptance, I had made my decision to attend Voorhees College. I scheduled my appointment with the U.S. Embassy and sent off my $350 registration fee and my $60 dorm fee. I was ready to go to Voorhees. I remember going to Voorhees' website to look and imagine being at this school because I was excited. Leaving home and family and friends and coming to America was a bittersweet moment for me. I also remember the long ride from Coral Springs, Florida to Denmark, South Carolina, and pulling up at the gym after 10 hours because the driver got unsure of whether or not we were on the right track. Finally, we turned onto Voorhees Road and then pulled up by the gym. I was nervous, excited, scared, but most of all, happy to be at Voorhees. The moment I entered the gym foyer, gestures of love surrounded my mother and I, and smiles were everywhere like scattered stars in the night sky. I entered the gym area and there were students registering, faculty and staff sitting at the tables, and I was just amazed at the sight my eyes beheld. We proceeded to join the line and this lady came up to me and introduced herself. Sadly, she left Voorhees a couple weeks after, but she took my name, retrieved my file, and proceeded to take my file through the various checkpoints. This was the first time I realized that this was the place for me. The rest of the day was just pure excitement from moving into the dorm room, making my bed, and hanging out with the orientation leaders. Voorhees was a culture shock. Denmark was a culture shock. It was different but interesting. It wasn't what I had imagined America to be, being Jamaican, nonetheless. It was now my home and a life-changing experience awaiting me. Voorhees College's history only will compel any individual to be proud of her. And as I matriculated at Voorhees College, my heart soon synchronized with the heart of her beloved founder, Elizabeth Evelyn Wright Menifee, and I too desired to help my fellow men. By this time, it was my second semester of my sophomore year, and I had already been inducted into the Honors College. I had become a member of the White Rose Social Club, founded by our founder to educate male students on the proper way to treat ladies and how to behave like gentlemen. I was already a part of the dance group we had, the International Students Association, Minorities in Agriculture, Natural Resources, and Related Sciences. I was already a hired tutor and had started assisting students in the classroom. I was also an RA. By the time my junior year ended, I became a member of a fraternity, founded the Ernest Everett Just Science Club, along with 2 other peers, and manifested my desire to become the next Student Government Association president. I had already attended numerous off-campus trips and met a plethora of individuals who had inspired me to lead, and I was ready to take on my position as the president of the Student Government Association. Voorhees has evolved herself so that the lessons she offers inside and outside the classroom are developed in such a way that you will not notice what happened to you until you are ready to leave. Voorhees College has made me versed in the classroom by giving me teachers like Dr. Ward, Dr. Issa, Mr. Chupa, Dr. Rochelle, Mrs. Freeman, Ms. Geiger, and the list goes on. They have all sharpened different areas of my life by education and their style of edifying students, thus making me versed academically. Voorhees College made my future obtainable. It is small enough to give adequate care and nurturing, and large enough to provide diversity and first-hand knowledge of the various kinds of people I will encounter in my life. Voorhees fueled my optimism by throwing the challenges at me and helping me endure them. Voorhees not only gives you the challenges, but also gives you the ways of resolving these challenges. By giving me administration, faculty and staff such as Dr. Sellers, Dr. F. Pernay Carter, Dr. Carpenter, Mrs. O'Berry, Miss Knight, Miss Kinley, Miss Slater, Miss Rhodes, Mr. Willie Jefferson, and I could go on, because through them, I have become respectful. Because of my positions I held, the Voorhees family I had, and the reputation I developed, I was humbled. Furthermore, Voorhees' location has instilled in me the ability to do without. When you don't have or cannot attain at that instant. Voorhees brought out the inner drive to excel in all I do. The various occasions in which I had to illustrate leadership, good speaking skills, networking skills, and social skills all play an important part in the need to excel. Through responsibilities such as tutoring and mentoring, Voorhees instilled in me the need to edify anyone I come in contact with, and let them know that life isn't just about what you have, but what you did, and who you have helped along your way as you journey into your future. Thus, the parameters for my desire to become SGA president were to touch and change someone's life by planting a seed so that it will grow and blossom and produce students that will uphold the true meaning of being a Voorhees title. She has brought me one step closer to my success by giving me all the traits, opportunities, relationships, and challenges I can be successful. In case you weren't paying close attention, I just painted what Voorhees College did for me and is capable of doing to many others by using the letters in the word Voorhees. She has made me versed academically, made my future obtainable, gave me an optimistic mentality, reiterate the importance of being respectful, instilling humility so that I can excel and edify students and thus become a success. I will always remember Voorhees and be eternally grateful for all she has done for me. Make no mistake, Voorhees is on the move, and I hope and I have great faith in the potential that is upcoming through the students whose lives I've inspired and the potential I see in the students who will become the next leaders of this great institution. Voorhees College, you taught me to run. You taught me to fly. Help me free me inside. Help me hear the music of my heart. You opened my eyes. You opened the door to something I've never known before, and your love is the music of my heart. Voorhees College loves. It inspires. It creates. It shelters. It modifies. It humbles. To my fellow students, You may not see it now, but I guarantee that when it is time for you to walk across that stage, you will see the bigger picture, and you will see all that Voorhees has done for you. Voorhees is an investment, and the kind we need in the world today, the kind that will give birth to the new leaders of this country and the world. Voorhees College is a giant among schools, and it is only a matter of time before the whole world and country knows. I love Voorhees College. Thank you, Mrs. Elizabeth Every Wright, for opening the door for me, and for the ones who came before me and the ones who will come after me. And thank you, Voorhees College, for making me the man I am today. Thank you.